Welcome back to all of you students in the lecture series of quantum mechanics. In this lecture, we are going to take some problems and we also solve them. And these numericals, which is based on the concept which we have seen already in previous couple of lectures. So, after solving this numericals, you are able to understand the concept more. Okay, so first of all I will take the first numerical, which is this. Okay, so I'm going to open in the paint it. Okay, I'm going to open it in paint. Okay, so this is your given vector. Okay, and what is asked here, find the norm of the vector. Okay, so find out the norm of this vector. So how can you find out the norm? We know about the norm. What is the norm here? We know very well this in previous lectures. So you can, and if you not understand this, so you can understand after seeing that lecture which we have taken. Okay, so you can see here, first of all I have to calculate this value, the inner product of the vector. Okay, so we know about this vector which is given. Okay, so this is the linear combination of the bases e1, e2, e3 and e4. These are the bases. Okay, uh, if this is basis, then we have know very well that e1 is equal to 1. Okay, which is based on the chronicle delta property. You know very well what is the chronicle delta. I j, okay, is equal to how much? It is 1 if I and j are equal. Okay, so you can see here this notation is similar. Okay, so and when chronicle delta is 0, the chronicle delta is 0 when the I is not equal to 0. Okay, so when I is not equal to 0, then we will say the chronicle delta will be the 0 here. Okay, so if here I and value of j is different, then this inner product goes to the 0. Okay, so this is the basic concept we have understand already. Okay, so here first of all what we have to do here, first of all this vector, we have to take the dual space of this. Okay, dual conjugation. Okay, so when when I take the dual conjugation of this vector, so we have in our hand the first one basis, here is the minus, it goes to the plus, and this goes to the this type of notation, dual conjugation of it is 2, it is 2, this is flip. And okay, so here you can also see this is the I here, imaginary term. When we take the dual conjugate of I, it becomes minus. Okay, so this basis is L as well as here. Okay, so the next task is what? We have to take the inner product of this dual conjugate of the vector psi and the this vector. Okay, so if we take the inner product, then we have, I am only writing here the similar I and j values. Okay, because different I and j values goes to the 0. Okay, so here here I am just taking the similar values of I and j, which is 1. Okay, here is also 1, e2 and e2, e3 and e3 also 1, and e4 is e4 and e4 is also become 1. Okay, so what is the next one? 1 is 1. Okay, minus I square. What will happen with the I square? I square will be the minus 1. So minus 1 and minus plus 1. 4 as it is here. Okay, and what about this value? Here is again I square, so I square is what? Minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 9 is plus 9. Okay, so add this, all of this, then we have 9 plus 4, 13, 14 and 15. So we have value here 15. Okay, so this is the value of this norm. So we have to put this we have to put this value of this inner product in this. Okay, so what we have in our hand, this is the final answer we have to get here. Okay, so this is the norm and this is the correct answer of this answer. Okay, whenever you find out the norm of any vector, you must find out the first the inner product of that vector and put the value of inner product in the under root, and you will get the norm of that vector. Okay, so I'm going to take the next question. So what is the next question here? Okay, so this is the next question. Okay, in this question we have to find out the value of p. Okay, what the value of p in this in this question? The vectors are linearly independent, you must know about it. Okay, if you find if the vectors are linearly independent, then its determinant is must be the 0. Okay, so we have to find out the determinant of the combination of these three vectors. Okay, so this condition is should satisfy for the linear independency of any vector. Okay, so so what is the next step now? Write down this. You can see here 1 minus 1, sorry, minus 1, minus 1, 2, 2, 3 and 3, 3. So we can write these values as it is here. Okay, then take the determinant. You will know, you are very well know about the how can we evaluate the determinant. Okay, so take uh, so solve this. After solving, we have this value. Okay, so answer is what? 4 upon 9. So it is the correct answer. It is the correct answer. Okay, determinant is just the cofactors of the matrix which we have made here. Okay, so this is the determinant. And after solving this determinant, I have the value of p. Okay, so in question the condition is given, the vectors are linearly independent. Okay, so I'm going to take the next question here. Okay, so this is the third one question. Okay, so in this question the given vectors are here, vector psi1 and this is the vector psi2. Okay, find the value of the inner product. Again we have to solve the inner product of it. Okay, so in this the matrix is given. Okay, so matrix is given, it is important. Okay, so we have this, the given value. So what we have to convert this this vector into the dual conjugation of this vector itself. Okay, so if matrix is given, then if you take the dual conjugation of this vector, so this is a column vector. Okay, so it becomes the row vector here. Okay, after the dual conjugation. So it is very important that if you have any matrix, so you have to get the dual conjugation. So column will be converted into the row. Okay, so here I have this, and dual conjugation means it also the we have to also apply the complex conjugate also. So here is I. If I'll take the dual conjugation of this matrix, so we have this negative sign in front of the I. Okay, so psi2 as it is here. Okay, solve this simple matrix calculation. 1 into 1 minus I into 2I minus 2I, and this 1 and this is minus 1 minus I. It is minus I. So after calculating this we have, okay, so 1 second. So here we have what, 1 minus 3I. This is the final value of this inner product. Okay, so it is very simple question. It takes 3 to 5 minutes only. You can solve it in 5 minutes. uh, it is much time to solve this, 5 minutes also. Okay, so what is the question number 4 here? Find the inner product of two vectors. Again here inner product we have to solve. Okay, so here you can see psi2 and psi1 and inner product of psi1 and psi2. So I'm not writing to the full expression. I'm writing here directly 1 and minus 1. I have 1 into 1. Okay, and I and I have to here. So first of all you have to calculate it. Okay, I'm calculated here, it is first. Okay, so it becomes psi1 is what, it becomes okay 1 and minus I. Okay, so you have to take the simple calculation of the matrix and you will get this. The whole value is becomes 0, and here also the whole value becomes 0. Okay, so this is very we have to done this, we have done this various times, the inner product, so I'm not solved it fully here. Okay, if you have any doubt on this question you can ask me later also in the comment section or also on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so what is the next second one question is, so we have solved 4 questions. This is question number 4, this is the question number 3, and also question number 2 and 1 also. Okay, so what is the second one? So this is the question number 5 here. In this question we have to check out the hermiticity of the given operators. So this is the operator here. We have to check out where it is, where is it Hermitian or not. Okay, so check it out. So I assign this vector, this operator as this. Okay, and take the adjoint of the B, we have this. Okay, so becomes a conjugate, and a conjugate is the a conjugate. Okay, and we know this is a conjugate of, taking the conjugate of conjugate operator, then you have to a only operator. Okay, so this is, okay, so final value is what, B. So it B is the Hermitian because we have written back the same operator. Okay, so here this condition is satisfied, so this is the Hermitian. The conjugate of the any vector is equal to the same vector. Okay, so what is the second one? So this is the I term is here, I factor is here. So take the adjoint of it. So if I take the conjugate of this operator, so I becomes minus I. Look here, this becomes minus I, and it is same as previous. So here you can see this, and you got here B as well as in the previous, but here is the what, minus IB. Okay, so it is not similar as like as the original. Okay, so here B conjugate of the B is not equal, so it is not Hermitian. Okay, and third one is also same as like as the first. Okay, here So first and third is what? Hermitian operator, but second one is not Hermitian operator. Okay, I think you will understand this very well. Okay, so this type of questions will be asked in your exams, and it is very useful to understand the basic uh, concepts. Okay, so what will be the next here? What will be the next question? Question number 7. Okay, after that I'll take the question. Okay, question number 6 here. So what is the question number 6? We have to calculate the eigenvalues of this matrices. Okay, eigenvalue of this matrix. So what is the eigenvalue equation? This is the eigenvalue equation. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm writing here the matrix form. It is actually the conjugate. It is actually the determinant. Okay, it is actually the determinant. It is not a matrix. Determinant of the matrix. Okay, so after solving this, we have this type of equation here in last. Okay, so what we have in our hand, I'm going to write here. Okay, what we have in our hand. So look here, we have what? Lambda cube minus 7 lambda square, okay, plus 2 lambda minus 14 is equal to what? 0. Okay, so take out the lambda square common. So we have what? Lambda minus 7. This is 7. Okay, okay, this is minus 7, and take out the minus 2 common from the uh, last two terms. We have what? Lambda minus 7 here. Okay, so it is equal, and what is the lambda? So we have take the common these two factors. So lambda square minus 2 is equal to, sorry, and lambda multiplied by the lambda minus 7 is equal to what? 0. Okay, so we have lambda square is equal to 2 and lambda is equal to what? 7. So first eigenvalue I have find out. Okay, and what is the second one? Lambda is equal to what? Plus minus under root of 2. So this is the first eigenvalue I got here, and this is the second eigenvalue I got. Okay, so these are the method we have to solve this type of uh, basic concepts. Okay, so this is the solution here. Okay, so while solving, when you solve this, you have to solve it step by step. If you skip any step, then you have it may be the mistakes becomes in your solving method. Okay, so don't skip any uh, step, because it might be some mistakes, silly mistakes in your solution. Okay, so here I'm going to skip this question number 6. I'm going to on the next question number 7. Okay, so what is the question number second here? So question number second is this. Okay, so what is the question number second? Consider the matrices. We have two matrices A and B. Okay, and we have to check this where these matrices are Hermitian or not. Okay, so check out this. So look here carefully. We have these matrices. Take the adjoint. Okay, so take the adjoint of it. I'm taking here adjoint. Okay, after the adjoint, okay, I have to also transpose this. Okay, so Okay, I'm going to solve this here. Okay, when I'm taking the conjugate, sorry, adjoint, so what we have? First 7 0 0 0 1. Okay, it becomes I. Okay, and 0 minus I. Okay, and plus. And also I have to take the transpose of this matrix. So what is the transpose of this? It is same as 0 0 0, but here 1 as it is, but here it becomes I. Okay, and this is here what? Also here it becomes I. Okay, so this is 0 and this is 1. Okay, I'm just interchanging this. It is here and it is here in this. Okay, so this is the complete adjoint of this. So after taking the adjoint, we have the same matrices written back. Matrices, this is the written back. It is the same as like as the original. So we have this, we have satisfied this condition. The complex, sorry, the adjoint of the matrix, any given matrix is equal to the adjoint of this original matrix. So this is the Hermitian. Okay, what will be then the second? So you can see the given matrix is here and take the adjoint. When we take the adjoint, first of all take the complex conjugate of it, and the all values becomes what? Minus. Sorry, it becomes what? Minus, and it becomes plus because it is plus because of what? This is the I value. Okay, when we take the complex conjugate of I, we have to minus I convert in the minus I. Okay, and after that there after that we have to do the transpose of this row into column and column into the row. Okay, so after this we have this minus sign here and this is the minus sign here. Okay, so this is the matrix I got here. This is not same as the original. Okay, so this is this condition, the hermeticity of the condition is not satisfied here, so this is not Hermitian. Okay, so I hope you understand this well. Okay, I'm again going to solve this again. Okay, take the, first of all take the complex conjugate. Okay, for adjoint. Okay, I'm solving for the adjoint. First take the complex conjugate. So 1, sorry, 1 0 3 0 minus, it will be the, it should be the minus because I becomes minus 0, and it is also what? Minus I 0, and it should be the plus 5I. It is not necessary to write the plus. Okay, and take the transpose of it. Sorry, you have to take the transpose of it. Okay, so how it becomes this matrices such as uh, becomes column. So 1 0 3. Okay, it is, and column becomes row, so 0 minus I. Okay, and minus 2I as it is. Okay, and this is 0, this is 0 and 5I. So this is the complete process of the adjoint. First of all take the complex conjugate and take the transpose of the given matrix. Okay, so what will be the next question here? So next question is question number 8, which is very very simple. Okay, so what is the question number 8 here? Okay, so question number 8 is we have to calculate the, we have two states. Okay, and we have to take the norm, we have to take the inner product. We have to solve this, the inner product. Okay, we have many, we have solved many times the inner product, how we can calculate the inner product. So I'm not going to solve it again. I'm going to just tell you about the question number 8. What is the question number 8? You can do it also in your notebook, and you will find the correct answer. I'll show the correct answer of it. Okay, so and in this question, the condition is shown the all vectors are, which is the basis, are orthonormal. Okay, means orthonormal means, it means uh, psi 1 and psi 1 is equal to what? 1, and psi 1 and psi 2 becomes 0. So this is the orthonormality condition. You must remember it. Okay, so different psi 1 and psi 2 values becomes 0, and same I and j values are, it should be the 1. Okay, so these things which we which you have to remember while solving this question. Okay, so I'm going to show you the answer of it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, where I'm solving this. Okay, I'm writing directly. So we have to we have the value of this inner product psi and psi, vector psi and psi, which is 11. Okay, what is the inner product of phi and phi? It is 27. What is the inner product of phi and psi, vector phi and psi? It is 3 into 3 minus 1. Okay, and what is the fourth one? Is psi and phi. Okay, this is okay. If you have any doubt, so you can ask me in the comment section and in WhatsApp group also. Okay, so these are the numericals, which is very important numericals. By understanding these numericals, you can understand the concepts very well. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this class here. Okay, so if you have a doubt, ask me. Okay, okay, bye guys.